guys, welcome to my channel. This is Maria of Doodle ni Maria. I am a watercolor artist and illustrator. I usually make planner stickers and accessories, but I also sell postcards. Today I will be talking about my very first uh, artwork, which was specifically painted to be made into postcards. So just a little background, I started making planner stickers, watercolor planner stickers, and then I branched out into postcards because I usually just paint on my planner, which is a Hobonichi. The paper is so good, it's really thin, but it holds up really well to watercolor and paint. Okay, so I started painting on my Hobonichi, and some people have commented that it would really look good as a postcard. Okay, so I printed those on some cardstock, and the feedback was it would have been better if you could not see the grid in the back. I mean, in the background. Because of course, it's a planner. You can see the grids in the back. Hobonichi has a kind of dotted grid that is very faint, but you can still see it if you zoom in. Okay, so that's what inspired me to think about a possible series, and this is one of the first that I have thought of because I love fantasy. I love mythological stories and surreal illustrations, and I I conceptualize a possible look, and this also a practice for me. I wasn't really expecting to sell it. I mean, I wanted it to be made into a postcard, maybe swap personally, but I did not expect to sell it. Okay, so for me, it's just a practice piece. All of this were just practice. I'm not a professional watercolor artist. I have no training. I mean, I'm self-taught. I'm an interior designer, but by trade. We had some color theory, but with nobody, I had no professor that taught me how to really paint. They expected you to come into the class and you already know how. Okay, so these are all self-taught. Okay, so I chose. So let me tell you about my design process first, how I conceptualize my art. For this series, I thought of how many is the proper quantity. How many cards should I put in a series? Okay, 4 to 6, possibly 4 to 8. Um, it really depends on what concept I could pick, because of course there are a lot of Philippine mythological creatures. We grew up hearing about them. Of course, yung aswang, tikbalang, kapre, manananggal, mambabarang, sirena, shokoy. These stories that our parents and our lolas told us about and scared us, uh, and told us as we were sleeping, okay, or as bedtime stories. So I usually get my ideas from Pinterest. So I look for the possible look, concept, the colors, and what kind of effect I would like. And this one, of course, I wanted it to be a little bit scary, horror-esque. Okay, so you can see this is a tikbalang, kapre, manananggal, mangkukulam, nuno sa punso, which is our duende, and the shokoy. Okay, so I wanted to evoke kind of horror stories that I have grown up with. You know, the stories that have been told in Magandang Gabi Bayan, mga ganon. Siyempre, alam niyo yun, during Undas, that's what we tune into during October 31. Okay, so let me first talk about tikbalang. Okay. Tikbalang is a creature from Philippine mythology. It is said to have the head of a horse and the body of a human. So, this is it. And I don't remember. Oh, okay. Here is the original. Okay. It was painted on, what kind of papers? Fabriano, and Sennelier watercolor on cold press paper. Okay, so my idea for this is just, of course, you can see tikbalang in the forest. Okay, I'm not sure the story behind the tikbalang. Ang alam ko lang is that they, apparently, kinakasal sila kapag umuulan pero maaraw. Yun ang sabi ng matatanda, na pagka maulan, umaambon, pero may araw, may kinakasal na tikbalang. Parang ganun. So, that's the story behind that. Next is kapre. I don't like actually how this turned out because I can't draw boobs. Anyway, here is the original. It's still a 9x12 using Sennelier watercolor paint on cold press paper. And we all know the story of kapre, diba? When you see a big tree in the night, balete, usually it's a balete tree. Huwag kang titingin sa taas kasi may kapre na naninigarilyo ng tabako. So, yan ang mga storya panakot ng mga matatanda pagkagabi na at ikay naglalaro pa sa labas. Okay? So, next is manananggal. Okay? Manananggal. The manananggal is a vampire-like mythical creature of the Philippines, a malevolent man-eating and blood-sucking monster or witch. So, I'm not sure kung ito din yung tik-tik. Alam niyo yung tik-tik. Hindi ata, iba ata yun, tik-tik. Ang manananggal is nag-separate yung half ng body niya paggabi. So, kapag makikita mo, taas lang ang lumilipad pag makikita mo siya. And then, maiwan yung other half sa ground. So, ang sabi nila, para mamatay yung manananggal, sprinkle mo ng salt ata yung lower half. Hindi na siya makakabalik sa katawan niya. So, yun ang storya ng manananggal. So, I'm not sure nga lang kung makain siya ng tao. Kasi yung tik-tik naman, tik-tik is yung may mahabang dila na nagpipray sa mga unborn children, sa mga buntis. Yun yung makikita mong mahaba yung dila, tapos parang sinasuck out daw yung fetus. Parang ganon. So, yun ang story yan. Hindi ko rin alam. Baka magkaiba. So, next is Nuno sa Punso. I don't have the original of this. Ay, wait! Hindi ko napakita yung ano. Wait. This is the original of the manananggal. Okay, wala. Show ko lang. Okay. Balik sa Nuno sa Punso. This is the Nuno sa Punso. Okay. It's a dwarf-like nature spirit, anilo, in Philippine mythology. It is believed to live in an anthill or termite mound. Hence its name. Literally ancestor, grandparent living in the anthill. Okay, so siya, Nuno sa Punso. Para siyang, well, ang tawag natin sa kanya is duwende. And yan yung mga pagka nadaan ka sa mabalahi, ano tawag ito? Mabundok, yung daming grass na lugar, tatabi-tabi po ka. Kasi baka may maapakan kang duwende or bahay ng nuno. So, pagkatadaan ka doon, ganyan, sa mga park, ganyan, tabi-tabi po, ganyan. Kundi, magkakasakit ka. Parang ganun, magagalit sa'yo yung nuno pagka may naapakan kang bahay nila, syempre, or sila, tapos magkakasakit ka. Yun. Okay, so I don't have the original of this. I'm sure na auction na ata because I did an auction before. Auction for a cause, which the proceeds went to our frontliners. Okay, so next is Shokoy. Okay, Shokoy, Philippine merman. His head is that of a fish, while the rest of his body is that of a man, albeit covered with scales. Ito yung mga pinapalabas sa shake, rattle, and roll, diba? So, yung mga ganong palabas dati, uso. Mga panakot na naman na although hindi, ito kasi medyo maganda pa itsura niya, diba? Pero yung itsura ng mga Shokoy sa movies talagang nakakatakot. Yung mukha talaga nila isda. Tapos may katawan ng tao. Ito meron pa siyang buntot, diba? Feel ko lang. Okay, so this is the original. Okay, 9x12 on watercolor paper cold press made with Sennelier watercolor paint. Okay, and the last but not the least, one of my favorite is Mangkukulang. Okay, Mangkukulang. Alam niyo na to eh. Also known as Bruja or Brujo are similar to witches. Each Mangkukulam has unique abilities that they use to manipulate the personal affairs of other people. So, ito yon, mga pagka meron kayong matatandang hindi mag-isa, matandang dalaga, kanya sasabihin mangkukulam pag may nagkasakit, sasabihin nila kinulam, ganyan. So, this one naman, I love it kasi parang medyo nag-effort ako dito talaga. Ito, sinali ko siya sa isang contest by Artisan Manila and Best Art Room, and the prize was for a set of Daniel Smith watercolors. So, ito yan, teka. And I won first place for that. I'm so happy. Kasi, this one, Daniel Smith, is like, ang taas na level niya. It's like professionals. Sa lahat ng watercolor paints, it's at the top tier of the professional ones. So, I was really happy I won the contest. And kinuha ko siya sa Artisan Manila with their branches in Santa Rosa. Ngayon, wala na ngayon kasi nagsara na due to pandemic. They're purely online now. But, yun nga, this one. Ito yung nag-pave ng way na talagang naisip ko na I really want to paint professionally and do artworks to be made, to be sold as postcards. Okay. So, ito yung nagbigay sa akin ng boost nung nanalo ako. Nagbigay sa akin ng boost na kaya ko naman pala. Although, yung mga works ko ngayon is not similar to this series. Medyo mas fantasy na at children's illustration. Childlike ba? Child fantasy series. Yung mga gawa ko ngayon. Still, di ba, parang it paved the way na napakita ko sa mundo na kaya ko naman pala. I mean, hindi naman ako super galing, pero hindi naman yung nasuktan, di ba? Hindi naman to contest. Hindi naman contest ang buhay. So, anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little talk. And stay tuned to our next episode. I will be doing the Harry Potter series. Bye! Like and subscribe!